Hello everyone, this is Animation4. Welcome back to some more FTB Resurrection. So I found this nether star in my ME system. Apparently I've had it for a while. I don't actually remember when I got it. I remember auto-spawning some wither skeletons. That's about it. Memory's a little foggy after that. So I'm going to do something with it. I'm going to do exactly this. If I can remember the recipe and craft it in time. Shaboom. You know, now I have wings. That makes life a little bit easier. Now, doesn't it? And I'll actually maybe want a beacon at some point, so I may have to go kill some more withers. And we still get the long fall, which is really nice. In terms of how much faster it is, if I do this. Right, fly. You can't fly with that on. It's actually about the same, now that I look at it. So yeah, that could be a thing. Cool. Can I put that like on one of these somewhere? Yeah, I don't really need this. And I still get it? Nice. Oh, wait. So, that's that. Now, the plan for today is to... I think the plan was to move all this stuff. Actually, probably not. I'm probably going to make duplicates of it. It's a bit strange and expensive. I'm going to take the most common machines I use, mainly the bending machine, the wire mill. What else do I use a lot? Those are pretty much the most common too, the bending machine and the wire mill. These are really expensive, so I'd have to move them, not replace them. Make copies of those too, and set up a building in the... Actually, the bending machine does make plates. Set up a building in the steampunk world and get those placed in and powered. First, of course, I'm going to eat some toast. So, yeah, so I'm going to, I guess, go build a building. That seems to be what the next logical step would be at this point. And let me go pick out a nice spot for it. So I already talked a little bit about the design I wanted last time. The conveyor belt, which is going to carry anything that's not. I should really stop sending this. Is this actually on? Did I turn this on last time? I feel like I turned this on last time. I totally did. Now it's backed up. Because it's not actually burning that fast. Is it stopped? Is it not burning at all? I feel like it stopped. This thing totally stopped. What the heck? Okay. Might be a problem. Oh wait, no, it was 881, I think. Oh yeah, it's going up. It's going. Might have just needed a restart or something. But wow, that's burning really slow. Either it's instantly replacing or it's burning really slow. Yeah, so definitely not gonna need this much charcoal. Probably need to set up some system to figure out or time it something. So building placement. Let me grab some concrete. I have like no concrete left. Let me just mark it down in my mind where it's gonna go. So we have this building. I don't want it to be too crowded. I want to push it out a little bit. So if I start it like here, and stretch it back to about here, and remove all that grass some more, and you know, cut that area off from growing grass. That too. Sounds like a plan. I'm gonna, you know, get to work now. Doing stuff. Alrighty then, so I've done a bit of building. I got my outfit all set up, awesome looking. Exactly, I got my wings, and my, what is this called? The Fortress Curious and Thigh Guards. Yeah, pretty cool. I can just like fly. So, while I was in that world, I was cutting the grass. Weird thing to say, but I was using the wand of equal trade, and you know, putting a border so the grass doesn't grow. And, you know, killing off the thaumium golems along the way. One of them dropped this. I think it was one of the golems that dropped this. It's either that or one of the night people. I don't know what it does, but I'm going to scan it, and maybe I'm going to learn something. Really? No, like, research note or anything for that. Interesting. What if I use it on one of those pillar things? I think there's the closest one. It has to do something, right? And there's no way to craft it. There's no use for it in any eye. It's got to do something. So right over here, there's one of those pillars. And a creeper. They already left this place, but, you know, I have this. Anything? No? Oh! Oh! Ooh. Okay. That did something. Don't know what it did, but I'm guessing I need, like, 4 more of them or 4 more of some other item. But other than that, I have absolutely no idea. So, on to progress. A lot of burnt cables later, I managed to get something hooked up. I had to make more of those. Oh yeah, I'll explain that in a little bit. I managed to make more of the battery boxes, some smaller ones, not 16 size ones. Okay, and load. And here's a new building. It's shorter, but it's longer. So we can have this cable running down the middle and have lots of machines on it, like an assembly line style. I may move this cable back even further, but see we have a 4 buffer here, and this is a 1, just kind of is there. And here's the 16, which is actually empty. Really? Interesting. But either way, I've been struggling to make sure this thing has enough charcoal. So I have the charcoal. It's all in this ender chest right here. I don't know where it's going right now, though. Is it filling? It's filling this up. Oh, yeah. I ran out, and that's because none of the charcoal producers were actually loaded. So I had to, like, go stand next to them, let them make more charcoal. Yeah, but this thing is, in fact, heating up, if you couldn't tell. What is that? Now it's at 388. It's almost halfway there. But it is producing steam, which is getting stored in these big tanks. You can see they're all, like, glowy now. So it's being stored in that buffer tank and this buffer tank. Being brought into these 6 right now, which are basically instantly outputting, I guess. Don't know how, but they are. This isn't getting any power. This isn't getting any power. I think this is full, so I don't know where the power is actually going. It may just be that bug where this thing doesn't want to take power and I should, like, do this or something. Or no, you have to replace the cable. I don't know. This is the 2X, yes. So I can replace this. So I had to switch to. I switched to blue. Okay, I didn't have to. I did because I looked up and it was actually more efficient. So if you see loss per meter per ampere is 1. As if you look at Electrum cable, it's actually 2. So this way I'll lose less energy doing this. And it's still not doing anything. Oh. Oh yeah. So. Stop using this. We have the big cable right here because this is a 16 battery buffer, so all 16 of them I guess can output because I first put a 4 cable here and it just burst into flames. So you got there's actually an 8X cable so it can hold amperage of 16. And I'm going to label this section with one of these warning sign blocks. I'm going to slice it up into thin slices. You get these really cool labels that are actually like clear, which is pretty neat. Put some around the outside. You get some high voltage labels. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know why it's actually not doing the power right now. I see these are still the electrum cables. They're not efficient. Oh, here we go. It's like doing stuff now. But not very fast. Is there like something that's not... doesn't have enough speed upgrades? I can get my speed upgrades for you. I think this doesn't have enough speed upgrades, so I'll have to put more in that. Yeah, so that is the current progress with this section. I'm going to have to go start crafting machines and speed upgrades. And I'm probably going to move this cable back all the way to the wall. We're going to have a nice conveyor belt running through here. It's going to be dropping things into the machines as it needs to be. Okay, 'tis the plan. And yeah, I'm going to go start crafting, I guess. Okay. So, I've been here doing some crafting, and at some point I kind of realized what I have right here is really slow. Let's actually go inside to take a look. This was a while ago I did this. Single magmatic dynamo with cobblestone kinesis pipes running 5 different machines. It's not good. It's not a good setup, and this is the only thing I really have set up for processing. Well, thermal expansion processing at least. So, I'm going to upgrade. And here's how. First of all, it's going to be moved to the void dimension, as opposed to sitting here. And here's what I'm going to do. 3 basic machine frames, nice and simple. Here, go like this, and electrum. Hardened machine frames, signalum, and hardened glass, reinforced, and then enderium and silver resonant machine frames. I had to make like 5 different types of gears for this, and boom, boom, and boom. Resonant induction smelter, furnace, and Pulverizer. So, the reason they're resonant, they actually don't do anything different because they're resonant. What it does allow for is upgrades. Hello? So, if I come back in here, and look at the top, this induction smelter is actually hardened. Basic redstone furnace, and a resonant pulverizer. So, it's really hard to tell the difference unless you know what you're looking for. And it's this augmentation on the side. A basic only gets 3. And when you craft it, it's given 3. It gets the integrated servo mechanism, which automates output, like forces it out instead of you have to like pull it out. So like if there's a chest there, put it into it. Redstone circuit, which lets you do this. So I take that out. That tab's gone, and lets you choose the sides. So this tab, and those just come with it. So if you make a basic one, you get those 3, nothing else. If you make a hardened one, you actually get 4 slots. 3 of them are filled. And you have all these upgrades right here. All the gray ones, if you hold shift, it doesn't say it. But it requires a hardened machine. You can see right under secondary chance. And if you go to resonant, you can get 3 extra upgrades. And the best of the upgrades always requires a resonant machine. So I'm going to use that for speed. There are speed upgrades. Times 2, times 4, and times 8 speed. It increases the energy used by a lot, but, you know, I have energy. I don't have anything. I don't have, like, the pipe set up for this yet, so I'll just do something real quick. I have energy right here. This is... I figure out the numbers on this. Whatever max goes through golden kinesis pipes, 2560 R for tick. Yeah, that'll do. So I just need, let's do this, and this, get some of these pipes. I just need to take this power, and plop these 3 machines down. Obviously the power is going to be totally redirected temporarily as these fill up. Now, I think they also have more internal battery too. I'm not entirely sure, I haven't checked that before. And now I just need to craft some speed upgrades. Didn't do that beforehand. Oops. So I'm just going to do that real quick. Okay. Once the world starts loading. I made the secondary reception coil, space-time flux unifier, and overclock molecular gearbox. No, space-time flux unifier is the best one. A gearbox isn't better than warping space and time. Okay, so let's give it a try. Here's the pulverizer. Okay, that's actually pretty fast considering how slow coal usually goes. If you ever tried pulverizing coal without speed upgrades, it's very slow. Okay, here I got some redstone. Let's see how that does. Yeah. That's a bit better. The system, for the most part, can handle it. There's no major like drainage on that battery for doing that. So that is really, really good. And at some point, I may want to get this hooked up with it, because right now I'm running Certus quartz through this. Do I have any to show? Yes. There's a shortage of Certus quartz in my world, so I wouldn't know if I had any to show. This is about how long Certus quartz takes. Yeah. So let's try it in the new one. I think that's about the speed of coal normally too. So yeah, this is quite a bit better. Yeah, look at that. So by the time it got to one little bar there, it's already done. By the time that one got to the bar, this one's done. Okay, so that's going to make processing a whole lot easier. I'm going to put like hoppers on top, chests down below. Anytime I need to process a ton of stuff, I just come here and throw it all in. You know all that concrete stuff? Yeah, that's about the speed. That's a pretty slow cook time. It's just gravel, but it cooks at smelting speed of gravel, which is 10 seconds for each block, and I only had one running. So yeah, that should be very helpful. And at some point I'd like to get those hooked up in their own little section of the thing. Hello. You have my stuff. I'd like that stuff. You didn't give me my stuff. He doesn't wear it as good as I do. Okay, so I was going to talk about what happened here. Okay, so this has happened one other time before, but remember how I built this thing? It uses a computer, a wireless transmitter, and a turtle. This turtle down here, overworld portal turtle. It holds books. It holds books in basically the slot that I want to recognize as their ID. So this would be age 2, this would be age 3, and this would be age 16. So when I type it in, it just does that. So what's happened before is somehow the turtle loses a book. I don't know how, but I just check it and there's no book in there. There's no book in the turtle, and it just doesn't exist anymore. What I had to do the first time is I actually had to load a backup, and it was actually a really old backup, so I couldn't really use it. And I found one of the books, like, in the turtle. I took it out, put it in a chest, and had to copy the chest into the other world, because otherwise I'd have no way of getting back to that dimension. Now I saved them all, because it happened again, and I was actually, like, prepared for it, though, so that's good. So, future plans. Obviously, what I just had set up, hello, lag. What I just started setting up right here with the, these 3 things that are super fast. This is going to be moved to probably down this way, because I don't have anything over here. Some processing component that's going to have just a bunch of these machines, all overclocked like crazy. It's going to be where it's, the ME system does all its processing, instead of relying on these 2 tiny little furnace and pulverizer down there. So that's one thing. And you can work on that next episode. And the other thing is, actually there's 2 things. One of them's kind of small. Actually, there's 2 things. I don't want to do them at the same time though. One of them is, I think I figured out how to keep this thing stocked with charcoal without having a pile right here. So like, give it charcoal when it needs it kind of thing. And I can do that one episode, but that's going to be a Thaumcraft episode. Think about that. And the other one, I'm going to set up this room with the assembly line of production. I need to make an entire new set of machines. They're going to be connected to this power, and there's going to be a conveyor belt that runs from right here, right up into this building, then out this side, where it's going to go wherever it needs to go. So yeah, this place is actually coming along pretty cool. We just started out with one building, followed the design, and now we got 3 of them. Cool pipes in between. I'd like some pipes running between these 2 buildings. I don't know what kind, but it's kind of a little sparse between them. Like these 2, they got everything. This one doesn't really have much yet, but I think that'll change once you get the conveyor belts running, and should be pretty cool. So that's some stuff to look forward, probably in the next 2 episodes. And yeah, I think that's gonna wrap it up for this episode. It's a little bit shorter, but I had to I didn't have a plan, but I have a plan now. I know what I'm gonna. Hello. I know what I'm gonna do, and yeah. So that's gonna be it for this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.